Hi friends! Today I thought I would take the suggestion of, let's see, I didn't write it down. I think this is audio. Wanted to do a wood duck. So get your oil pastels out, line them all up, a piece of paper. I have sketchbook paper. It's a little thicker than copy paper, which is nice if we want to paint some water around our wood duck, then great. So, and then you might want a pencil. Not like this. Just really hard to write with. Try something that's sharpened or something like this. Okay, now that you're ready to go, I need you to take your fingers and figure out what would be about a third of the paper. If you do this, my third is about right here, because if I do two more of those, it makes 3 of them. So that's about a third of my paper. I'm gonna just take my pencil and say, that's where my wood duck is gonna sit in the water. Can you see it with a pencil? I'm gonna try this using a pencil today instead of a Sharpie. After I have where my wood duck's gonna sit, the head of my wood duck is gonna be 2.5 or 3 circles. It's not gonna be as big as a muffin. Oh God, yummy. Okay, not as big as a muffin, not as big as a banana, and definitely bigger than a pirate coin. So I'm gonna make my head a circle about like that, because about 2.5 down to where his belly's gonna sit. So I got a circle. Circle. I love poppy seed muffins. The back of a circle, you'll make a straight line coming down. Is it easier if I zoom in when I'm using a pencil? There we go. Straight line coming down there. Halfway down this circle, he's gonna have this cute, his beak goes inside the circle and out, and it has a round tip there. Whee! He's kind of cute. His eyeball is going to be about right here, and it sits on a cute little cheek. All right, looking good. I'm thinking about where his little nostril's going to go, and under here, under his head, it's going to curve a little, and then he'll hit the front of him will curve a little here too. Pretty good, right? There we go. Circle head, straight here, little curve here to the water. His beak is shorter than his head, and rounded at the end. Okay, this part, like I said, he's kind of like my paper. He's kind of like as big as a banana. Okay, not as big as a banana. He's gonna go like about right there. I'm gonna make the back of his little wingy thing it's gonna come in from there and then almost flat to about right there. So, think of a short banana, a Hawaiian apple banana. He has the top of his wing does this, but very interesting. He's gonna have this gap, so halfway up from here to here, I'm gonna do this so that we can have his really awesome blue and black stripe stick right there. So on the top, you have this line coming up, and halfway, you're gonna have it almost like a walk, like a Pac-Man mouth, kind of. And the bottom touching the water, and then 2 little slanty lines there. Do you got that? Okay. The cutest part about mallards, I love this. You get to do not as big as a pirate coin, maybe like a quarter. They have these little curly feathers. Have you seen that on a mallard duck? They're so cute. They just curl right around. Okay, I think we have most of the shapes. There's also like a little black. Okay, one more shape. Right here, my photo of Mallard has like a couple long feathers doing this, and then all this is going to be black. Okay, one more thing. He has a ring on his neck. You can slant it either way. I've seen it both, but that's going to be white. And he has this really cute green head. Okay, here we go. Now, the reason why we're using oil pastels is because if you press hard, they will make a really awesome, awesome reflection in the water. And to make, I did it with crayons before. And my crayons, they don't make an impression. But I love how if you leave like gaps, watch out. Don't color in this white. And my white is super messy, so it doesn't turn out white. It's like, I don't know. We have white in a couple places. One is down here, straight across. And this little necklace right here. These two feathers have a white stripe, but super beautiful green up here. And I just take my oil pastels and I smush in greens and turquoises. There's even some, sometimes the reflection is like this blue color. And I like to give them a cheek that kind of, whee. Okay, his eyeball is going to be nice and black, but leave a white dot if you can. If you can't leave a white dot, take your white pastel and take a corner. I look, oh, there's a corner, and I just dink, just like that, so he has a reflection. His beak goes into his face right here and then out, and I love using this golden yellow. I add a little of the other yellow, and then we'll add a tiny little black mark for his nostril. All right, guys. So you should have all kinds of great greens in there. Smush them together. And remember, directional force, if his feathers are going round like this and they have a round cheek, go ahead and make that movement as you smush in your colors. And these are going up a little bit. Good. Okay. Underneath here, we have some greens and browns, and they kind of head this direction. Round, 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 and then toward. I left some paper showing through just so I could just blend a little bit of interesting other colors in there. I did a little white, a little peachy flesh color to make it a light brown. And I just feel like, you know, oil pastels are so much more interesting when you smush them together. These are long feathers, so I'm doing long strokes in that section up there. And this sweet mallard does have some browns, just a couple. And okay, I know I always fall into a little bit of the rut of doing realistic colors when you could be just having fun and putting something interesting in there. So you don't have to be stodgy like me and do only brown and white. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, but really important is this awesome spot right here. Are you just so impressed whenever you see a mallard duck with that absolutely shimmery, beautiful blue color? Well, that little square there, you can outline it with black, and then it does have white stripes after the black. It's just so pretty. And, oh, I don't know if you can see it. You can't, it's a little dark on my camera, but. Okay, and then your little cute waves of the curly tails in the back. They're so cute. Just go ahead and put them in there. A little bit of black down here and a couple black ones there. Let's see how we're doing. I'm just gonna add a little underneath this wing. He's looking so good. What, I'm gonna unzoom. Whoa. And right at this point, we're gonna take our paper. I'm putting my 2 fingers right where that oil pastel is, and then I'm gonna give it a pinch. And I'm folding it right there, and then rubbing as hard as I can with my fingernails. I'm just scratching on the back of the paper, back and forth, pressing really hard wherever I had, like I know that's where the beak is behind there, and the curly tail is gonna be way over here somewhere. I'm pressing, I'm trying not to miss any parts of my cute duck. Ready? Oh, he has a reflection in the water. So there you go, folks. So far, we have, oh, if you have dirty fingers, you're going to have all these interesting smudgy marks. Okay, I'm going to pause it right there and let you decide if you're going to watercolor your sky. So pretty, but remember, now you have a little reflection in the water as he's swimming away. Okay, for this part, you're going to need some glue, a little bit of water, some blue paint. Here's turquoise or dark blue, and I would say some glitter for the reflection on the water, plus a large brush, something that's kind of large. It could be that large, whatever. You know, you're just going to put water all over this. Oh, one more thing. Paper plate. All right, so if you got this stuff, I'm just using glue so the glitter will stick. So I put a little glue on my paper and a little bit of blue paint. And then I just get my brush nice and wet, mix up a little bit. And then it's like watery paint with a little bit of glue in it. I just wanted to have, you know, some sky. And if I water it down enough, whoops. Maybe you don't want to paint your duck, like that part totally. Oh, I think I'll use some dark blue for the water, so the sky and the water are just like slightly different. Dark blue. There we go. Let's see. Oh, kind of works. Let's give it a little water down here, and it's going back and forth. So now, you know, you can always add a little bit of colors out here for, like, if you want a sunset or something. I just thought I would do this little glitter thing with some glue. So it is not recommended to put sunshine in your water while you're eating a muffin, you know, because, okay. Well, I just think this is going to turn out great. Yours might be even better because you might decide that there's a little bit of white clouds in the sky with a little bit of pink going by. Or you might use your paper towel or your rag and make sure that white turns white instead of blue. But I just think it's super cool. Hey, you can see his reflection down here. Now, there's a couple things that you might, as you're painting, I thought I would share that ducks are created by God with no nerves in their feet. So even if the water is cold, they can swim and be impervious to the cold. But another really interesting thing about wood ducks, hunters set up decoys before dawn, and they sit in a blind. They decide, see what would happen if I did that. They decide that they're going to sneak up on these ducks to hunt them down. And, you know, the devil does that with us. Satan is deceitful. He masquerades as an angel of light. He wants to figure out ways to take us down. And you know, hunters will do duck calls and try to call out ducks like, oh, I'm a duck, I'm gonna quack just like you. And ducks are very perceptive. If the hunter gets the call just a little bit off, they fly away. They know it's not like a real duck. Well, in the same way, friends, think ahead. If Satan thinks ahead about how to, you know, mess with us, well, how does Satan want to mess with you? How does he, if he plans ahead, it says somebody said, don't doubt in the dark what you decided in the light. I don't know who that was, maybe C.S. Lewis, but it's like when you're thinking and you're in school, you're with a teacher who cares about you, a parent who cares about you, or wise friends who are like, whoa, this is really smart. This is what I decide. Well, you're thinking about, how am I going to handle a situation before I'm in the dark? Say, a friend turns on a show or a movie that you've decided ahead of time that wouldn't be very smart for you to watch. Have you thought ahead about how will you respond? How will you respond? If someone makes a decision, they get out their phone and they're like, hey, watch this. And you're like, nope, that's past my boundary. That's not safe. It's harmful to you and to me. Do you know what you're going to say to your friend? You're going to say, no, I'd rather not. I've decided already that that's not something that I want to watch. Or what if your friend gives you a birthday present and you're like, oh, I already have one of those, or I don't really like that. Have you thought ahead about what you're going to say because you value your friend and what your friend has done for you? You say, hey, that was so thoughtful. Thanks for thinking of me. I love that you give me presents, because it makes you feel good that they thought of it about you. So you've thought ahead of time so that Satan doesn't shoot you down with something rude or self-centered, One more thing. What if your mom asks you to do something that you don't want to do? If you think ahead about who you are, who God's made you to be, and how you want to respond, maybe you're like, you know what? I want to be I want to be just obedient to the authorities God has given me. I really trust God. Well, if you think ahead about how you're going to respond in a situation, then bam, you will have the victory, because you won't be caught off guard, like a duck that's caught off guard by a hunter who's thought ahead about how he's going to lure him into his trap. So, like the wood duck, be alert, and don't let the hunter, your enemy, Satan, catch you off guard in the dark. Remember the good things that you've decided ahead of time. Okay, that's our lesson for today. I hope you have fun making your wood duck. Bye-bye.